There you go.
Is it going?
Yeah.
There we go.
Close your eyes, take one breath in, let love begin. You didn't find us by chance. This show, this vibe was called you. That grow show, so the soul let it grow. You done know it's deeper than trees. This, that show where we plant beliefs. Miracle vibes in the words we sow. Every time you tune, your spirit grow. Potent speak with a healer's tongue. Words hit different, they old yet young. Coot man chant from a silver crown. Truth so deep, it calm you down. Now listen, your heart feel warm. That's the vibe of breaking norm. We talking plants, but it's more, you see. It's about what you hold spiritually. 11 sharp, your soul aligned. No mistake, it's perfect time. You tune in once, next week again, you're feeling peace. And you don't know when that seed inside your mind. Water it with truth and take your time. Let the green light shine from deep within. That grow show where the real begin. You're safe now. You're seen. You're growing.
Yeah, man. Big up.
Big
Welcome.
up.
Welcome back to Dat Smoke Show. What's up, Potent Ponic? Evil Deadly. How are we doing tonight?
How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
I'm
Things
doing
are
great.
good.
Smoking some Chernobyl with you guys.
I am smoking the Ghost Train Haze times Triple X. Delicious.
And what you smoking, Button?
What am I smoking? I got some really nice organic stuff from a friend of mine the other day. I don't know what it's called. It's something berry, something. I don't know. It's
The
quite
mystery
nice. It
berry.
smells really good.
Oh, it looks nice too.
Yeah. It's funny. I go like play pool a couple nights a week. And like if I break my weed out, everyone else is like puts their weed away and just smokes mine. And then someone gave me a jar the other day and I like just gave it back to them and I was like, it's cool. Thank you though. Like I don't like your weed.
it's
It
a
was
it's
funny.
a thought that counts, but
Yeah, like I appreciate you wanting to like chip in, but like I'm picky.
you're better than
Yeah,
most.
I had some Congolese with me, and I wasn't finding it good smoke enough, so I've made some butter this week. But I wasn't sure if the butter was working, but I took some butter and went to play a game, smoke a joint, and I had like something that was looking like a panic attack. I was I was like, holy shit, man! I think the butter is starting, man. So I guess the butter was making its effect. I had to stop playing and lay down. So it was a good trip. So what's the news in the garden this week, Wes? We
Well,
were not here the last
this
week
is
too.
true. This is true. Well, successful pollination of the Ku-Tang Clan Classic. Um, the my reversal worked, and yeah, all the calyxes are swollen with seeds and stuff. Seems like it took pretty good. So yeah, no, looks like there'll be a bunch of feminized Coots Classic seeds. So that makes me official breeder. You get your breeder's badge and your breeder's.
No, it's the first step is to make feminized seeds with a hype clone. So you're
I
gonna
did
be
it
a
wrong.
breeder like
Fuck.
that.
I did it wrong. Shit. Well,
Yeah,
maybe
you
next
need the
time.
you need the
Maybe next time.
Gelato 41 and all the
some
cookies.
some fucking cool merch. Some
Yeah,
cool
you need
merch to
some cool
go.
merch, otherwise, who
Yeah.
you are to
Otherwise,
be a breeder if
are
you
you?
don't have
You're
some
really
cool
nothing.
merch.
Otherwise, I mean, if you don't have the cool merch, you're nothing. Like
You need stickers.
you're right though. Stickers do it. Stickers do it.
I think you're a breeder when you got enough sticker on your door.
Y- Let's face it. The breeder ranks a little higher if you do get a sticker. I mean, let's face it. Everybody wants a sticker.
Yeah, I got sticker on my door from a couple breeder I've got seeds from. But I don't know, man. The sticker is important. It represents yourself. It depends on where you put the sticker.
This is true.
You know, if you had a rock star having a sticker of a breeder on his guitar, maybe it will be better for the publicity.
If you were smart, you'd make your stickers be jar labels for the fucking.
Yeah, yeah, why not having jar label? Pheno 1, Pheno 2, Pheno 3. Or maybe like a Pheno Hunter badge.
I like it. I like it.
You got the Pheno
Official
Hunter badge and the permit for Pheno hunting.
official pollen chucker achievement.
Yeah, Palm Chunker achievement.
Pollen Chucker achievement unlocked.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, you need to do feminized seeds as your first step of breeder, man. So you did
Yeah,
your
you're
first
right. I
achievement.
should have done cookies times gelato, and then I would have been set.
Yeah. Or making like breeder Steve and crossing everything with slurricane.
I mean, Hurricane was pretty good in its time.
I got no idea. I've never smoked
No,
slurricane. No, man, I'm stuck on subcool Chernobyl. And the last thing I had something crazy was
look, I think we
Banana
can all be
Mama and
I think we can all be sure that it wasn't Subcools, but like somebody else's that he was marketing. Like let's be honest.
yeah.
If, look, that guy was a showman, and that guy was like, but I don't know how much breeding that guy really did.
Who care?
I don't care because like even if he is the brilliance behind putting it all together, right? So even if he is, and that's the thing. If you got some people that are good at growing, you got some people that are good at being a presence and marketing and media and that stuff. That's what the person should be doing, right? You put the people to their strong points. So, I mean, it makes sense. Just different in the weed world. He was really a fucking really I don't know, trendsetter.
Yeah, but the truth is in the seeds. If the seeds are giving you good smoke, who care for the rest?
That's true. That's true. Every seeds has a shitty story somewhere behind it, I suppose. Somebody crossed somebody stole somebody's crop.
Well, that's like if you start to reverse your coat seeds with everything. You're gonna become a breeder, man. Instead of having the Space Queen, you got the coot seeds.
Oh, but I mean, I've noticed certain things about the coots that I'm like, oh, I've seen this before. So I'm probably growing something that was bred with it. But they're nice plants, though. I like them. I like them.
So what's the smell you got on it?
Um, just weed. It just smells like weed. Honestly, it smells like it's. I
Smell
don't
like what should weed should smell? What?
pretty much. Yeah, it smells like it just smells like strong, funky weed. Like fucking
You have some of the incense smell into it?
incense smell. I don't know. Not really. Not really. They're loud, but they're not super loud. But they're good. They're good smoke. They're gonna be good smoke for sure. Sure. I'm excited.
So have you seen that we got points in the chat now?
We have what in the chat?
We got XP. Look in the YouTube chat, you got XP. So the more you type stuff in the chat, the more you got XP. I just got 25.
See. Well, phew. I don't know.
See, you got 25 XP now.
Hmm. I
I've
see.
just been working on edible stuff, working on some new edible things that we have in the works that we'll hopefully be announcing later this year. And then almost done getting the like private garden going so we can start pheno hunting shit. So that'll be coming soon. I'm stoked on that. And yeah, we'll see what I've been up to. Just trying to get ready and then just taking a day off or two here and there because it's just been really busy and it's nice as fuck out this time of year. It's not too hot yet, and the river is like the right temperature and stuff. So it's been fun.
Nice.
Stop for a swim every day after work because why the fuck not when it's on your way home, you know?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What else? I'm trying to think if we got anything else going on. I think that's most of what I got going on at the moment. That and just watching all the craziness in the world.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we seem to have dodged World War III anyways, but we were on
No,
the
it's not World
cusp.
War III yet. Not yet.
Well, we were on the cusp. I mean,
We'll see. It's not over yet. They said Israel set some explosions off in Tehran yesterday, so there's still time. And the U.S.
don't worry. Netanyahu will betray whatever deal he
Yeah,
signs.
if he thinks he's going to jail, he's gonna fucking start some shit. Don't worry. You know, if there's one thing you can count on is, you know, Zionists starting wars.
I
You
don't
can
really
bet on
do
it.
too much about that to become a world war. They are always in conflict in those places, so they're gonna stay in conflict forever anyway.
I guess.
True. True, and
It just it
I do understand that if we gave the Gazans like the guns, they would use them immediately upon the on the Jews as well.
justifiably. I do find
Well,
it's
I
funnier.
get it, I get it, I get it, but like two wrongs don't make a right. Like,
Well, if you're fixing the first right, then it's fine. I did find
ah.
the Glastonbury thing was funny because people were more outraged by a rapper than they were about the genocide of children. And it was like you're kind of highlighting their fucking the whole
Well,
point
okay,
of why
yeah.
everyone was mad in the
I
first place.
I think you're more highlighting problems we have with society in general. But yeah, I agree with that. Like, I agree,
Like, should be
dude.
mad at
No,
the
but
guy
like
saying
you see
death to the
that every
IDF.
day, dude. Like, so, there'll be kids starving. Nobody gives a shit. Fucking somebody beats a dog and fucking like
Oh yeah.
the country's up in arms about it. Like it's
Oh yeah, we should go to
look.
nuclear war over that. That at least everyone can get behind that one. Who doesn't want to kill someone that fucks with dogs? Like, haven't you
I
seen
thought
that? There's a whole Netflix story called like "Don't Fuck with Cats" or some shit about people just like mercilessly hunting that guy down. Like humans prefer animals to people. It doesn't matter what political spectrum you're on. You know.
this is true.
So who's that rapper that was making noise? Is that
The,
Diddy you
Bob
the,
talk about?
Bob something or other. No, he did a whole chant. Death to the IDF, which I am all for. Fuck those bastards. They're the the new SS is what the IDF should be called.
well, yeah, but then except for like they force all their
Dude,
people to serve in
The
the
Germans
IDF.
did a lot of fucked up shit, but at no point in World War II did they poison the flour for the bread with opioids. And Israel just got caught putting fucking opioids in the fucking bread mix that they're giving the Gazans. Like, no, no, you don't get to pretend that you have any fucking moral high ground anymore. Like poisoning children with bread. Like, you people deserve to die.
Yeah, I saw the IEDs in like sardine cans and
Well,
shit too.
the new
But
um the new Harvard report says there's 400,000 dead Gazans as a direct result of Israeli actions. Dude, if you're killing almost 500,000 people, you're genocidal bastards who don't deserve anything. The U.S. should immediately cut off all funding and let the dude. If the U.S. cut off Israel, they'd be gone in a month. And they
that's
No,
fucking
no,
true.
but they
deserve it.
have to stop.
But look at it
You
this way:
don't
like Israel's
yeah, but you
finished.
don't cut
Like their
off your
economy
best
can't recover
frigging
from this.
customer. Your number one customer that buys all them missiles and fucking all that. Then like you don't cut off your number one customer, and that's why you guys don't fucking. That's why you guys still got their back because
Well, not
they
only
just
that, but like their economy is done, dude. The everyone's fleeing the country. Half of their population is fled. More than half the population is fled. Um, and there's no economic future for Israel anymore, which is a good thing. The U.S. shouldn't be supporting genocidal regimes anymore. Like enough is enough.
yeah no. I tend to agree with that. Tend to agree with that.
Like that shit was allowed to go way too far. Way too
Hundred
far.
percent. 100%. Yeah.
Like if the U.S. did some shit like that, yeah, yeah, that would be a whole other thing.
Well, yes and no. Like you got like at a lesser level you have like George W. Bush, right, who should be a war criminal and well, who is
Yeah,
considered a war criminal in number spots, right? And he'll never answer for any of his crimes, right?
no, but he
And
should.
they he should and they 100% they falsified the information when like that's when we didn't have the internet to fucking fact check them, right? So we fucking they
Yeah.
came with the fucking receipts and we believed them. We fucking were like, yeah, go to war,
Well,
fuck
that
whatever.
was all. Hold on, that was all Netanyahu who drove the war
And once
about the
again, that
yellow
was
cake
you're
from
right, you're
Libya that
right.
never
He
existed and all that. That was
right,
all
right.
Netanyahu's
Well,
intelligence.
yeah, but Muammar Gaddafi was his own problem. Like
Oh yeah.
he
To be
was
fair,
he was greening North Africa. He was gonna change like he was dude like that guy like if the world had more leaders like Muammar Gaddafi, the world would be a lot better place. He was giving every newlywed family 8 acres and $50,000 to build a house.
Well, the other
Free
thing too, like
education.
that guy had it figured out for Secret Service with all his Amazon bitches. He had a whole art. For those of you that don't know,
He
he
had a
had a
good
whole.
time, anyways.
His first off, he slept with all of his Secret Service agents, but that's not why it was badass. They were all like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", like badass women that were like highly trained assassins. It was like it was like imagine like a bunch of Lanas from Archer. You know, that's what's up. If you're gonna be the king, like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, I would like to have a solution for the political problem, but there's some place where they're
Well,
gonna be in
there is
conflict
a solution
forever.
to this. Let Iran get the bomb. If Iran has the bomb, Israel's forced to behave, and that ends all of this without anyone dying. Because
Yeah,
neither one
that's
of them is
what
going
I
to
was
actually
thinking
nuke each
too.
other. Like nobody's going to actually nuke each other. Everyone knows what the consequences of that would be, right? So like, you know, let's not act like that's legitimately going to
I
happen.
don't know, dude. We had George W. Bush, and I was surprised the fuck he never pushed the button.
Yeah, but I don't
Like
know.
that guy's like,
He was pretty dumb.
ah!
I remember going to that. I don't know. Was it Oliver Stone did the movie W? Who did that one? I think it was Oliver Stone. I remember going to that movie and just getting wasted, like before, like pre-gamed, and we just acted like the biggest fucking rednecks ever in that movie, and like got yelled at by some of the other people there who were like, "Shut the fuck up! We're trying to watch the movie," and we're like making fun of it and laughing and carrying on. It was fun.
Yeah, Oliver Stone directed it.
Yeah, it was like a shitty documentary about his life that was like, yeah,
Here's me running the oil company my dad gave me into the ground.
right, basically.
Yeah. So what we're gonna breed today?
What are we gonna what?
Are we gonna breed with cookies, Wes?
No, it's gonna be your Chernobyl times at Shishkaberry.
Oh, the shishkaberry. Yeah,
That's
you got Tao shishkaberry. That's true.
Shishkaberry Tao G
It's
or
gonna be
something like
better.
that.
Speaking of Tahoe, did you guys see that storm they had? That was crazy.
No,
Had
not at
a
all.
freak thunderstorm at Lake Tahoe and it sunk like a bunch of boats and like 9 people died a week or two
Crazy.
ago. Yeah. It looked like the ocean in like a tropical storm. It was fucking nuts.
Yeah, man.
So there was a tree down and stuff like that, or what?
Oh no, no, like the water, they had like 12-foot waves on a freshwater lake that normally has like no.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so like it all the boats were just not fucking prepared for that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Plus, a lot of lake boats aren't built for fucking rough water like that.
Yeah. And they're not built for that.
Not for that, no. Not for that kind of chop.
That was a problem.
Well, I'll roll another joint of Chernobyl then. We're about to breed some of it.
We are. So up here in Nanaimo, they had an indigenous cannabis business that they were trying to get going, but I guess as quickly as they got it up, it went under. Um, I don't know what the cause for it going under was, but there's competition from on reservation.
What they started? They started a dispensary in the res. Is that
Yeah,
what she's talking about?
yeah, but then for some reason it's closing down. I'm not sure. And they're saying it's from I don't know how to fucking say it. It's Sune Muck Nation Cannabis Industry. Yeah, generate small profits. Go to CEO corporation.
Be curious to see what the US does about weed, or if they're gonna leave everything the way it is. I kind of feel like they are, but you never know. Trump's retarded enough to do everything else, so
Yeah,
who knows?
honestly, it's kind of better left in I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I guess the good zone of it's really over, but like it was like the heyday when the backpack days in California, it was sweet, and then when fucking Oklahoma was the fucking place to be for a while, and
Yeah, Oklahoma
everywhere.
fucked up everything for everybody else.
Yeah,
But even that's they cracked down in Oklahoma now. So we'll see what happens
cracking
with that
down.
situation. Oklahoma's got like actual regulations now. So
That's but like I mean, you would have thought the prices there would have been lower than the ones up in Oregon. You know, $30 and $60 ounces just everywhere because everybody's growing. But I guess it's going around. It's making its way around the country probably.
well they changed it so you have to like register as an employee in the industry and it's fucked. It's not like the old days where you could just grow as much as you want and call it a day.
Well, the price went down and everyone lost money anyway.
They, they allowed too many licenses. I mean, there was 9,000 plus licenses for 4 million people at one point. Like, come on now. That was never going to work. You know, there's just no universe where that pans out that way. Too much production. And it's not a big enough population. Like, oh, if that was California, maybe that would work. But
And I would guess a lot of that wasn't that good anyway.
no, most of it was trash. I mean, a lot of it had like fungal issues because a lot of people came out there from Cali and just had like no fucking idea on how to handle the different issues that come with the East Coast diseases and stuff. So
What kind of disease did you have the most?
I mean, the biggest one that fucked everybody up was the uh what's it called? Septoria. Septoria fucked everybody up real bad.
So, are you believing that septaria can be transmitted by seeds?
No, I've never
That's
known
what
it to
I
be
was
spread by
thinking.
seeds.
Yeah,
No,
there
no,
was a
it
guy that
naturally
came out with that this week, and I was like, no, I don't think so.
it um it naturally occurs in anywhere east of the Rockies. It's not, to my knowledge, I've never seen infected plants on the west coast of the Rockies, but it certainly does on the east of the Rockies. And I've seen it in Thailand and anywhere in the tropics. That's where I saw it the first time was in Jamaica. But that's how I knew how to deal with it as soon as we ran into it in Oklahoma. But if you don't know what you're looking at, by the time you know what you're looking at, the plants are fucked. Because if it makes it more than like 50% infected on the plant, like you're not saving that plant. Maybe in a rare occasion, but 90% of the time you're not. So, and a lot of, again, if you're just a Cali grower or Oregon or what, Washington, you wouldn't run into that. You know what I mean? It's just not a disease that exists here. But it grows on the trees and stuff, and then you get rain and then heat above 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and it'll go to spore, and then it blows through the air. But if you have like a good fungal base in your soil, like it's not a problem. It's when you don't have that fungal base that the plants have no ability to defend themselves. Then you got problems.
And you got problems.
Yeah. I have a whole video on it on my YouTube, like how to tell when your plants are. It starts off with like maybe 3 days into infection and onward, so you know, and the slow progress part, the slow progress on the plants.
Oh yeah, I was listening to you. I was listening to your show the other day there. Thanks for always bigging up this show on there. Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I'm working on an in-depth one on mosaic virus because I'm like really tired of seeing people be like, I have what's it called?
A variegated plant.
Yeah, variegated plant.
Like, nah, you don't. Not that one.
Mm.
The mosaic virus, what it looked like.
Hold on. I mean, I'll show some slides from the deck. I'm not finished it yet, but I'm working on one. It's like a mosaic. This is like sharing on. Yeah, sharing. Yeah, mosaic virus quick guide. What is mosaic virus? Mosaic virus is a group of viruses that cause a mosaic-like chlorosis of the leaves, reduces yield and potency. So HLVD can cause it, but also alfalfa mosaic, Arabis mosaic, cucumber mosaic, cassava mosaic, hemp streak virus, tobacco mosaic virus, and there's other ones as well that all will cause, visually very similar issues on the plants. So it can be spread from infected seeds. It can be spread through pollen. It can be spread through dirty tools, handling plant material, and then handling your plants that aren't infected. Sap to sap transfer is the most common. So like trimming plants and then not cleaning or changing your blades between plants. So that's why I always like to soak my blades in bleach. And then run 4 sets of pruners. So, every 4 plants, for the last 3 plants, that blade has been soaking in bleach water, and that prevents it. And then most plants are not infected with tobacco mosaic virus, which is really, people like talk about that all the time. Like, oh, I have tobacco mosaic virus. You have mosaic virus, but yes, you're correct. It's not tobacco mosaic virus. So Tobacco mosaic virus is extremely rare. Usually it's cucumber mosaic or Arabis mosaic or alfalfa mosaic, depending on what part of the country. So here is like early infection. So you can see here the coloration starting to change. You can see here how half the leaf is like growing not as well. It's a good example. There's another example of you can kind of see, oh, you know what it is? Hold on a second. I have my night vision thing on. It's changing the color on this. I want it to look better. There we go. Now you can see this better. All right. Now this is going to look a little better. See how you're getting just a little bit of mosaic here? But see how it's streaky and blotchy? Actual variegation does not look like this in cannabis. You can see here the severe curling on one side, the blotchy streakiness on this one. Again, more of the hooked leaves, deformations along with the chlorosis. Some more examples. Again, half the leaf is all fucked up. These are all mosaic viruses and confirmed. Another one. And you can see here, so this is another good example. See how there's like 4 different tones of yellow? Yeah. That's another dead fast giveaway that it's mosaic and not variegated. Another one. Some more. And you can see here, this one's progressed. So you can see how the virus is like fucking the leaves up now. Aside from, coloration, it's actually damaging the leaf structure. And these are very progressed plants. This is a grow that had probably the worst that I've seen it. So they only had one mom and one strain in the mom room that was infected. But by the time you got to the flowering room, like half the grow was infected because they didn't clean their tools right. So you could trace it back all the way to the mom room. This is actual variegation. See the bifurcated leaves and the solid white color, it's just two-toned. It's ivory or green, or yellow and green. These are true variegation. So that's how you tell the difference. And this looks completely different from this, right? Like anyone can tell the difference between them. Once you know what you're looking at, you can spot it easily, but most people have no idea. But yeah, real variegation, viral infection. It's pretty simple once you understand what you're looking at. But yeah, if you have any viral infected plants, just trash them. You can't cure this, so just trash it.
I got it.
And if you have a breeder that's telling you it's variegation and it looks like this, full of shit.
Yeah, man, my strain gets lots of variegation.
Yeah, so that's a quick guy video. Now, I have a thing I'm going to add to that too. So I have a spreadsheet. I'm going to post it and then link it into the thing, and it lists like different mosaic viruses that cannabis can also get based on where you are. So you can be like, okay, well, if I'm in this part of the country, it's probably this mosaic virus. So I should be worried about these plants near my garden and not these plants. Just got to help people out.
If an affected plant is propagated into seeds, do the progeny carry the mosaic virus?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Well, I guess in theory they don't have 100% chance, but I wouldn't risk it because you're fucking up your whole line.
Fair enough. Just wondered. But definitely, I can definitely identify it for sure now.
So this is your
lesson.
So this is your mosaic. This is your viruses, and it has the abbreviations for each one. The full viruses are at the bottom. So this is your key for the different mosaic viruses. And then here's your so Amaranthaceae has these ones. And what the life cycle is of them and all that. So it's a really good spreadsheet for for that, and that'll be linked in the video when I post it.
Cool.
But it really helps people eliminate, and figure out which mosaic virus they need to test for based on the plants that are nearby. Because there's so much bad information on mosaic viruses when it comes to cannabis, and so many people just lying to their customers. It just needs to be addressed.
I had
But
a couple plant on Snow Island seedling that were all spotted green. It was looking like you had spray paint into a screen. I don't know if they were variegated or mosaic virus, but I've killed them because they were slower than the rest of the plant.
mhm.
Well, variegateds will always grow slower and produce sizably less, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
in viral infected ones too will grow slower, and the
okay.
flower
So
bud
both
yield will be like at least 40% less, 30% less.
but it's always one plant in the seedling batch that was doing that. Only one. So I figured out that it was maybe only variegated.
It was interesting. There was a grow I was at, and they had the same moms, the same clones, and then they had four different types of lights, like different manufacturers of lights, and only under one of them did the mosaic virus express. So light spectrum also plays a role in viral expression, and I don't know the exact spectrum to like trigger it, but I can tell you that I've witnessed that firsthand at a grow where all the genetics were the same in all four rooms, same moms, everything was identical, same nutrient line, same IPM, same temperature and climate control. The only difference was the light spectrum, and the one light spectrum caused the mosaic virus and the other ones didn't, and that to express in the one strain that was infected. And that really
huh.
was like interesting to me from like a you know scientific standpoint, because you never hear
Huh,
anyone talk
one
about light spectrum as a trigger for viral infection.
Well, I've heard it for the virus that everyone was having in California, which was
HLVD.
HLVD.
Yeah.
I've heard it about it. Light spectrum was affecting how much it expressed.
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard that.
What the fuck? Scientists confirm atmosphere is losing atmosphere to space. It's a stunning revelation. Scientists have confirmed that the Earth is slowly leaking its atmosphere into space. While the procedure is natural, fuck. Let's see the better not be behind a paywall. Uh, it's been happening for billions of years. New data shows it may be occurring faster than previously thought. It could be a long-term losing impact our climate satellites, even life ourselves. Was uncovered. Huh.
So what? The heart is leaking?
Yeah, apparently we're losing our atmosphere slowly to space. Who would have known?
And didn't they punch a hole in it in the 80s?
Well, I think DuPont told us that because their patent was up on fucking their spray paint. So
Hmm.
they didn't want the public being able to make this spray paint that they made. So what they did was they quickly repatented similar technologies and then friggin' told Congress that we needed to get rid of CFLs. Apparently they did. Now CFLs did damage the ozone layer, but
It
apparently
was a
there's
CFC.
CFCs. Apparently the CFCs damaged the ozone layer, but there's two different ozone layers, and it wasn't the one that protects us. But I don't know. It probably was bad anyways. But I heard DuPont did it because they were motivated financially. I mean, it's not like companies made us take safe, effective vaccines or stuff like that just for financial gain. They'd never do that. Corporations have our best interest at heart, I'm sure. So,
What's everybody up to in chat? Here we go.
Oh, we got Garski in the chat. Operation Snow Globe.
You're on coca
Disbanded
now?
ask if Dupont still exists. Yes, Dupont still exists from what I heard.
Is Operation Snow Globe, is that you growing coca?
See, I've always wondered why, like, how weed had the value to be grown indoors like that, and like coca leaves just didn't have the value to be grown indoors up here like that.
I think you could do it. It's just like how much product are you gonna get from like a one or two plant? Like you need like a lot, don't
I
you?
guess
Maybe
so.
I'm wrong. You could chew
I
the
don't
leaves
know.
though, but
I
oh,
really don't know.
DuPont family still owns Longwood Gardens in Pennsylvania. We have like one of the so the founder of it was like a plant nerd, and he put like as a percentage of the profits of DuPont, like in perpetuity, funds the botanical garden. So they have like
That-
one of the dopest botanical gardens on the planet, and it's open to the public.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's really cool. They just built like a huge expansion to it, but it was started in like the early 1800s, and it's been there since. They dug up fucking redwood trees from California, the giant ones, and then put them on train cars that were custom made, and then shipped them all the way to to Pennsylvania, and then replanted them.
Wow,
Fucking crazy.
that's crazy.
You can see coastal redwoods in Pennsylvania. It's like the only place on the East Coast it has ones that were not from seed. I'll find a thing on it.
Wait. Some of them are not from seed. How are they not from
They're the
seed?
only ones
They're
that are
like
not. Well, they were
they're just cloned.
transplanted.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Where is it? I'm trying to find. They have Dawn redwood, but then they have some coastal redwoods too. Well, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Where is it? Can't find it. They have like a whole thing about it at in the little museum there. Like they have pictures of the train cars transporting them and everything. Why can I not find it? They're tall. Where is it? Oh, okay, why is there no picture of this? I've seen them. I was there like 2 years ago and they were still there. I'll find it.
So Wes, how many mail you got in the Chernobyl?
I'm not sure yet. I'm honestly not sure. A few for sure. I don't know how many though. Only a few of them have shown their sex. A lot of them are just kind of getting to that point. The females are showing their stuff now a little bit here and there. Everything's starting to push a little two hairs here and there, but so I've definitely identified. I'm pretty sure the Jack the Ripper is a male, and a couple more Chernobyls. Uh, um, those Shishkaberry Tahojis, those are feminized, so those will both be female. And then I can't remember what else was in there. I also had the Ghost Train. I also got the Ghost Train Haze Triple X cuts in there, as well as the 5OG. Although I'm probably gonna let the 5OG go to keep other shit because yeah, just time for new stuff. Yeah, but
So you got a lot
yeah,
of project going on. That's good.
I got a lot. I got a lot going on. Yeah, I was like, man, I got too many seeds popped here, but whatever. It's fucking fun. So whatever. Grow a few more plants. See a few more plants. Always fun. Man, I can't find any pictures online of those friggin' redwoods getting transported by train.
Like I know exactly where they are in the park and everything. My grandparents used to take me there as kids, so I know that
Oh, I believe you. I
botanical
totally believe
gardens
you.
really
I
well.
totally believe you.
Yeah,
Totally
they
believe you.
they
I was
brought
trying
two
to
of
find a
them
picture of
there.
the show, but I couldn't fucking find a damn thing on it.
They have Dawn redwoods there too, which are like the South American ones and like all kinds of neat shit. Like they have, like I said, like their funding level is like quadruple what all the other botanical gardens are. So like their collection is just insane. And they have like almost every summer they have one of those corpse flowers and all kinds because they have so many of those
Oh yeah,
plants
yeah,
there.
those are cool.
You can buy them. They have baby ones when it because they seed them and they sell them in the gift shop. So you can buy them at the
No
gift shop.
way.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Do you want a
That's awesome.
stink plant in your grow room?
I would grow that Titanorum or whatever it is. It's
Is
like it
that
only
one that
flowers like once every 10 years, and then it looks like a tree the rest of the time. It's a really weird plant if you aren't familiar with it.
Yeah, you'd have to have a fucking party all around it opening and shit. Like, just doesn't
That's the one
happen
from
that
Dennis the
often.
Menace.
Yeah. Oh,
But
it's the
where's
same
the
one from Dennis Menace.
yeah? That's the one in Dennis the Menace that like Mr.
Mr.
Wilson is
Wilson.
all stoked about.
See,
Oh, here you
Dennis
go. This
Menace
is a
was
good
great.
example.
Dennis
This
Menace was
is
great, but I prefer Problem Child. You ever see that movie, Bone? Remember that
I
one?
haven't.
Problem
You never
Child?
seen
I think
Problem
I've seen
Child?
it.
So this is the flower, but this is what it looks like most of the time. And this whole structure above the ground is one leaf. It only has
Huh.
one leaf. Like this whole thing is like subleaflets. But think of it like a fern leaf. But yeah, they're really bizarre. And there's tons of different types of them too. Like there's ones that you can grow in colder climates as well that are like smaller.
Oh, I didn't realize that they produced the edible fruit too.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew they had like a berry, but I didn't know you could eat it.
Well,
Uh,
the bird,
Well, they
well,
say
since
that the
birds eat it,
bird ate
birds eat
it.
it. Okay, well, I just,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, well,
Well, they taking out birds. Why is it gonna take me out?
but yeah, the flower lasts maybe 2 or 3 days. So you gotta like get there right when it opens, or you don't see it. But I've seen probably a dozen of them now.
That's cool.
And they reek. I mean, it's strong.
And that's just to attract flies for pollination, eh?
Yep.
That's awesome. Nature is fucking amazing.
That's not even the biggest one. This is the largest flower in terms of actual flower structure. Or is it? It's in the same family though. They also smell like a rotting corpse.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the Rafflesia.
That was in Asia, right?
Yeah, both of them are. They're like Indonesia, Philippines.
Okay.
I think some into Thailand too. But there's tons of different types of them. It's a
Oh,
really cool
that's cool.
genus. A really cool genus. Most of them are semi-parasitic as well.
Okay. Huh.
Just trying to find. There's a cool one that's like smaller that grows on a stalk, and they pop out and they're like 6 feet tall, 5 feet tall. Here it is. This is the other one I was thinking of. So these are like 4 to 6 feet off the ground when they open on like a stalk. But I've seen these ones in Thailand, just in the wild.
Huh.
Those ones are
Cool.
cool.
Very cool.
You can grow those ones like in a pot in your house, just bring it in the winter. There you go. This is the picture I was looking for. So this is that Titan Aura, the first or the bigger one, when it's not a flower. Isn't that weird?
That
Like you would never
looks
know that that's what that
almost
is.
like a pawpaw tree or something. I don't know. Like or
Yeah,
yeah,
it's fucking
like
strange. It's such a
weird
cool
looking.
plant.
You get a tiny pots for the size of the leaf it is.
And they grow these gigantic bulbs. Like that bulb is like the whole pot, basically, with like a little bit of dirt on top. They grow these giant corns. They call the bulb those.
That's some cool plant.
Like another picture of that other one I was talking about. These ones are kind of common in the flower trade, though. You can grow these ones in a house in a window. They're like a low light plant.
Very
They're
cool.
like the baby version.
Well, it seems like most of them seem to be under canopy, so I imagine they would be fairly low light plants.
Yeah, yeah, they're all jungle plants.
Yeah.
But they don't die after they flower like some other stuff does. They'll just revert back to their veg state, which is super cool. Oh, there you go. Voodoo lily, devil's tongue. That's it. Be right back. 1 second.
Well, evil. Am I supposed to cross the Chernobyl with the Jack the Ripper, or am I supposed to, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I guess it matters which way the.
Yeah, yeah, I guess you would get a in cross with that. It would be the closest parent from each other.
That is true. That is true.
But if you get a male of it, you should clone it.
Oh, the male.
Yeah, to be able to keep it around.
I mean, I guess.
Because at least you will be able to use it when you want instead of just dealing with what you got on the menu at that point.
I mean, I'm almost at the same time. I'm almost like, well, but now I can reverse anything. So,
Yeah,
but
but you want to make
I get what
regular
you're
seeds
saying.
with that.
True. True.
Well, I think that it would be a good cross, the Jack the Ripper with the Chernobyl. Chernobyl is already half Jack the Ripper,
It is half Jack Ripper, half Orkin.
half
What's the
Blood
other
Drake.
half? Space Queen. Space Queen?
No, Blood
Oh,
Drake.
no. Blood Rack.
Blood Drake
And
is an hybrid of Trainwreck.
and I can't
But
believe that fucking some cool stole Space Queen from Vic High.
he
I
did not
did not
stole
know
it,
that.
he had a pack of it.
Did he not sell Space Queen though, or did he just use it to make? Uh,
He ended up selling it, but it took years
he,
before he do that. He was selling cross of it for years. But yeah, he was selling it as the tiny bomb or something like that. The space bomb.
okay,
It's fun to see your bag inflate.
getting time for a new bag. Getting time for a new bag.
But you get tape on your bag or it's the bag that's made like that?
Yeah, the bag always cracks on the seam here, so yeah, I always put tuck tape on it, and it'll last way longer.
Oh, that's the tip of the vape.
Tip of the vape, and use turkey bags because instead of being like 15 Canadian a bag, they're like $3 a bag, and they're thicker plastic, so they don't rip as easy.
So yeah, man, if you got enough seeds of the Chernobyl, I would guess that saving the male of the Jack the Ripper for the best female that you can find instead of just crossing it with the first few that you got.
Yeah, this is true.
And you got seeds of that Africana.
You're right. I gotta do those ones too. I gotta do those ones, and at some point, I gotta man up and do the reproduce the Panama Reds.
Oh, you should
Yeah.
do that at the same time that you do the Panama Red, yeah.
Yeah, probably, but they'll be that's a year and a bit project. That's a long time.
Yeah, they
But
are long flowering plants.
yeah, you watch, so watch it be the best weed you ever had, and then you're just like, fuck, now I got to grow this fucking 16-week flowering shit for the rest of my life.
But yeah, man, you got enough seeds that you should pop more seeds instead of just crossing the first few that you got. Make a selection.
True. That's true. That's true. I think I have nine right now, so I'll probably have five to choose from. So
Yeah, you count the male. 3-4 mil.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like probably get 5, 4 or 5 females to look at as all. So no, yeah, you're right. Not a very big sample, but you never know. You find something good. Could be the one right off the start.
Yeah, but you need to pop enough seeds to find really the pheno that have only citrus and pine in it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But it was from the same female. The mom is the same seeds that you got.
Yeah.
The same mom have been used to find those seeds. So yeah, the Africana it's something with the Angela red, if I remember, with the Colombian black.
Right. Which would be a natural one to cross with the which would be a natural one to cross with the Panama Red.
Yeah, and the coot seed maybe.
Even the coot one, yeah. Pick the most thinnest leaf cultivar of the coot one and then put it
But you had only
and
7 seeds of it.
I know I did.
But if you find something good, I could send you the rest of the pack.
Yeah. But I'll have more seeds. I'll have more seeds of the coots now. I've got a little window to look into coming up, so I got a bunch of seeds to look into anyways. Out of the ones I feminized, so I mean we'll look into that. It's, we'll see right away if there's good stuff in there. We're also gonna keep cuts of the good ones. So we'll see. It will be it'll be good.
Yeah, you got some nice project with that. What we get in the chat here? I crossed Chum Juice. Made bread. Chum Dog number 4 cross with Yeti. North Cal Space Goo. Cross with Space Tree. Oh, that's a oh yeah. That look good. Space cheese. I don't like the cheese so much. Are you a fan of cheese?
I am actually. I actually don't mind the cheeses at all. Yeah.
I got some blue cheese that I'm liking, but it doesn't taste that much. It could taste better.
Just the name doesn't even I see.
It could taste better. I found that the super boof is tasting more tasty. Yeah, man. I wish that you find something good in the coot seeds. You've not smoked
I,
it yet.
well, I sure hope so.
So
I sure
you're
hope so.
you're a real breeder. You've not smoked your plant and you already make seeds with them.
This is true. This is true. I think it's Polychucker. I got my Polychucker badge.
Achievement
Achievement unlocked.
unlock. Do-do, do-do-do.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's better than nothing, man.
Yeah, this is true.
There was
This is
someone
true.
on Discord this week that was asking why the modern genetic are so bottleneck. Do you have something
NL,
about it?
I would say NL5.
That's because of the
Like
NL5.
NL5, yeah. If
Everyone
anything,
crossed with NL5 at one point.
I think so. What? Which one do you? What else do you think? I don't know. Probably everything's probably crossed with Skunk number one and NL5, basically.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got skunk number one
Nowadays,
and NL5 for sure.
they probably make up a huge. But then everything's been back and forth so many times. One homogenized thing that all looks the same anyway. Yeah, different.
Everything was crossed with skunk at one point.
This is true. This is true. But then all that went away because people were getting busted growing that shit. Stunk too much. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got uh, my my birthday was last weekend.
Right on. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the day I took the butter that and I had a panic attack. Congolese butter.
Nice.
Yeah, I still got enough of that. What type of recipe I should make with butter? Infused butter.
Well,
What's your favorite one?
butter specifically, or I don't use butter
Yeah,
too much anymore. Um, I don't know. I just like a good gluten-free bagel, like a raised cinnamon raisin bagel, some weed butter.
you
That's
take
some
it
sugar.
out of butter?
Yeah. But these days, I mostly just use the sublingual powder to infuse everything.
Makes sense. Makes sense that it probably has next to no taste to it, so goes in with your dish, doesn't affect the flavor, and boom.
Well, the butter I've made is tasting strong. I had
Yeah,
half an ounce into half a pound of butter.
that should be reasonably strong. Did you decarboxylate the weed before you put it in?
No, I've let it simmer for about an hour.
Okay, well that works. Yeah,
I
man.
mostly just use MCT oil now, or I'll use sunflower oil, sunflower lecithin, really, one or the other.
Yeah, I decided to do that at my birthday and it was like, yeah, why not? Let's take some butter. Yeah, I did not like it to smoke that weed. The weed was like, the Congolese was tasting kinda lemony, but I had to smoke two joints in a row to get a buzz.
Nice.
So
I'm
the
so tired of lemon. Lemon is like the newbie strains. Like any if you have a hard time growing in climates like any humidity, lemon is like the easiest shit to grow, and I'm just over it.
yeah,
How about Thailand? made weed illegal or medical structure only, and then
I know, right back to
now
where
they
they
may
were
or may
before.
not roll it back. They don't know. It's a
Are they going to
clusterfuck,
send
but they
everybody? Yeah, like are they going to send everybody their money back because they collected all the money? So like, what the like? Yeah, that's what I thought. Like that's where I thought they were fine. It's just like, no, we have a contract with you. So I'm like,
they
I could
just
see them not
arrested
giving
their
out.
prime minister. So like that's
Huh.
another thing. So that's fucked. So who knows what's gonna happen? I'm glad I'm
Uh,
not dealing with that shit. I'd be pulling my hair out right now if I was over there. Be like, make up your fucking mind, assholes. You know what I mean? Look at the fuck.
yep.
You can't have an industry like constantly wondering if it's gonna get nuked. No one's gonna invest money in that. And it's like the biggest thing propping up your economy right now. So why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense, you know,
Yep.
whatsoever.
Yep. Well, we're kind of running out of topics, boys. What do you figure? Take an early one.
Are you
Yeah.
sleepy?
I'm always sleepy. I get up at 5 in the morning every morning and fucking start my day early. So I'm always tired by the time we're here.
I think everybody's like in party mode this week. You Canadians had your Canada Day yesterday, and Friday we have our America Day.
That's all right. Well, you know what's happening fucking America Day up here. That's when we're signing the petition to fucking for a referendum in Alberta is July 4th here.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. They're never gonna break away.
Oh, I don't I see I feel otherwise. I think the tide's turning here. I think we're probably going independent at very least. I don't know whether we'll ever join the states. I
I
don't
was
think
gonna
there's
say you
enough
guys don't
Canadian.
have enough, but you don't have enough. Like California could split away because we actually have like enough depth to our economy to like survive. We have fuel, we have timber,
Yeah,
we
well,
have.
we could tell. Well, we have enough. We sell you all the oil. You guys buy so much oil from us. Like and then we have the grain and beef and like the Alberta would have no problem. We every year we give 70 billion to the federal government and we only receive 30 back from them. The rest goes to the other provinces. So the rest of Canada will be in bad shape when we leave. We pay the bills.
See, that's kind of how California is. California, and what's funny is California pays more in taxes than like almost all the red states combined, minus Texas. If you don't count Texas, it's
Yeah.
insanity. So it'll be
What's up,
interesting.
Broski? Oh, I can't hear you, buddy.
He's on mute.
Oh yeah, no more. I'm on not on mute anymore. What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Not
What's
much,
going?
not much. I was thinking about you the other day.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about you. I was at the park with my kids, and I was thinking about you, and I was like appreciating the moment,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm really happy to be here doing this right now, and I'm like, I gotta appreciate these things and enjoy this as much as I can, because like,
Yeah, for sure, my man. No, thank you.
it
I
made me, I literally thought of you, and I was like, for guys like you and Coot and whatever, like that have been what you guys been through and stuff, and like, I need to appreciate every moment that I have. So,
yeah, I got
uh,
this. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. No, moments like that are great. There's like a married couple that comes in with their baby all the time. They just had a newborn, and I told them what happened. And every time they come in, they make sure to like find me and like pushed the baby in front of me, and then like she just started smiling and giggling. Well, she hasn't really giggled yet, but she's still a newborn, you know? So it's just like they appreciate what they have so much more. And so it's like it's a blessing in its own way, you know, to be able to connect with certain families, and like you could see them appreciate their family structure so much more because of what happened. So yeah, you know, hopefully people can understand the importance of family and the
Yeah,
true value, you know?
absolutely, man.
Yeah, I think everybody gets kind of disconnected with a lot of Netflix binge watching and fucking sitting in front of a TV with their family, but when they're actually active and doing activities, it's a blessing.
It is absolutely 100%, man.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
You said
You
you
get
were
What are you
pets?
growing right now?
Oh man, I got a bunch of stuff. I got
I know you always do.
yeah, yeah. I actually put in some. I had one version of Doi Chang that was from an open pollination. And I put that with a couple of autos. And then I was messing around with Bordello, and I just put that in the soil. Hopefully it comes out. Um, but I had like a rendition of Bordello, which was Blueberry Apocalypse times Alexis from Exotic Genetics. I had the cut of that, and then so when I had the cut of that, I put some pollen on it. So I'm trying to grow that out to see what that comes out like, and then had some feminized seeds from Humboldt Seed Company. So I had you guys had said like shishka berry. So one of the crosses had shishka berry in it. Um, so I hopefully that one comes. I think it was. Well, I was looking at what was it? Pineapple pineapple muffin, because that has the pineapple train wreck times blueberry muffin, and then raspberry parfait, and there's another one too. There's like four different packs or whatever. So I was just deciding what to pop, what to put on, and then Pride of the Lion. I had some of his autos, so messed around and put. And then I took my 2023, 2024 seeds, like 20 plants, I guess, crumbled them up, and then like put them in a 15-gallon pot with some grass seeds and some other things and put it outdoors just to have it fucking bang. So, yeah,
You
man.
always let the male go, right?
Yeah, I don't do any. I mean, like, I have I have an RS11 times Candy Rain in a pot, and if the males start popping off all over the place, I might pull that one back inside before it gets pollinated. Just because I only had one seed, a mouse got into my box and ate all the other
Oh
fucking
no,
seeds, and I got a female.
those little
So
cunts.
like, oh, dude, they're vicious, malicious little fucks, and they don't even know it, dude. They're just eating gourmet. So they climb up clothes too. So like, even if you have shit on top shelf that you don't think they're gonna get, man. I saw one ninja down a fucking kitchen towel on the stove before. So it was like
Oh yeah.
climbing on the revert. So like, yeah, they can fucking totally get inverted as long as they can dig their claws into any sort of cloth. So they got up on my top shelf and got into my seed box. So anything that wasn't in a centrifuge or in like a fucking Mylar package, it kind of. So yeah, I lost a bunch of work along the way, which is
That's
bittersweet. But I mean, like, I still have the packages, even though there's no fucking seeds left, just because I want to remember it. But it it actually helped me too, because like so many fucking seeds, so many fucking plants. Like, how do you ever make a selection without like
Without the
a
mice
mysterious?
helping you.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, I just looked at it like, okay, this is the cosmos fucking telling me, hey man, you don't fucking need that shit. Like, work on this one. Or there was like one rolled up baggie of seeds in the whole fucking box that didn't get hit. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess I should be working on that shit. So I mean, you could look at it many different ways, but I was trying to at least not fucking get all pissed off about it. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the I'm looking forward to the Bordello cross. Um, and I have
Is that the
some other
go-go
things.
cut?
It's I don't know. I think they might have I th- I think they might have popped the seeds at work. I got it when I worked at Kind Love. But it was a beautiful plant. Nonetheless, just a really nice flower structure, also colors. So, I mean, yeah, man. And then I'll probably go through a couple more auto packs and see if I can't pop off some autos because it's late in the season now.
Yeah, you're just in time to plant another round of autoflower.
Yeah, I might put some corn in the ground and put some flowers, like just some pretty flowers in the ground, and do a couple other things around the garden. I haven't really been motivated to do too much of anything. And then I saw one of my friend's gardens outdoor, and he's in year 4. I'm in year 3, and I just realized I need to kind of continue being outside in the garden because that's what I really like to do. So we'll see. And then some projects indoor. Even though it's warm outside, I want to do some indoor projects because not everybody grows outside. So like breeding all my seeds outside is probably not the best. So just trying to diversify.
So you're gonna grow a batch of flower indoor at one point.
I always get itchy and fucking throw pollen on my flower. So I
Yeah, you
just
need to cure that disease. You got the seeding disease.
I need a fucking help group, man. Like,
You need the help group to produce some flower.
yeah, man, I need some fucking fellow growers to cure this seed sickness.
Cause you got enough seeds, you should pop a couple seeds and just make some flour.
I
Make some
know.
ash with it. I don't know. Cooking with it.
I look at my flower with the seeds in it, and it turned out fucking great. Like I could make a ton of hash right now.
Yeah, you
Just
should, man.
I know, right? I guess when I was when I was growing and I had friends that were growing with me because we were, growing at a facility, I had a bit more help staying motivated because I had friends that I could like share with and like talk about the plant 5 days a week. And when I got home, I was already in the fucking mode. So I'd go from one grow to the next, or I'd like water my plants in the morning and then I'd go to work, shower, change into my scrubs, get fucking motivated to like help in the facility. And then I'd, shower, come home, fucking work in the garden, and it was just like a nice, continuous, like structured, badass fucking growth. And now I'm like, I get in my own way to stay motivated and shit. So, but just got to get over the hump, put one foot in front of the other, and just kind of be happy with what I have. So, you know how it goes sometimes. Get a little over it.
Wes, have you catch the disease too to pollinate all your flowers?
No. Not at this
West,
point.
No.
No. I'm making
You,
some seed this time around, but no, I'm not. No, I'm not pollinating everything by any means.
yeah,
yeah,
you just pollinate to keep it around. You don't pollinate on to produce seed all the time.
Ah, skeet, skeet, skeet.
yeah. I don't know. I just want to see what the plants are going to look like with all those different crosses. There's just so many opportunities. You just see some badass plants out there, and you want to continue the run. Yo, when you're
Do you
doing,
still keep track of your thing as mad scientist mix with the year?
oh yeah, I mean like mad science mix all the way. I've I'm trying to get into the structure where if I have the plants out, like this year, I kind of had a thought like, okay, so I have a lot less plants outside right now that are actually the right size. If I label the cuts and try to clone those, then I would actually have labeled clones. And then if I if I found a couple that rooted pretty nice, then I could try my damnedest to have a tent full of flower with no fucking pollen. I could try.
You can. Yes, you can.
I
Just
think I could
do
do,
it.
I think
Just
I could do
do
it, right?
it.
So like, yeah. And then after I save up some money, if I could just get one more 5x5 that was dedicated just for flower, and then have it in a separate room. Because the issue is the chickens took up my fucking. The issue is the chickens took up my two rooms, my two 10x10 rooms. So
Yeah, you got so many chicken, man. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Are
my
you
chickens
making
are
money
having.
with the chicken?
Oh no, I don't. I don't sweat. I don't sweat it. I just move paycheck to paycheck.
With chicken prices being as they are, you should be killing it now.
Well,
With egg
they're
prices
almost.
and meat prices.
Oh yeah, they're almost mature enough. I mean, like my meat birds, I want to run a round of breeding with them. So I mean, I'm probably 6 months out of like actual butchery, like because I want to see. I don't know. I want to see their ability to breed. So that's my issue, man. I fucking love breeding things. So like, if I can get those meat birds to actually hook up with one of my bigger birds, then like if I can get a meat bird to breed with one of my birds that lays big eggs and I can get big birds and big eggs, then I'd be off to the races because those things grow so fucking fast, dude. I've got one rooster meat bird and three hen meat birds. So if I could get them separated and breed them this summer, that would be fucking sweet. But that would just keep them the way they are. So I'd have to like, I don't know. We'll see. But all of them are starting to get mature. So I should have eggs in the next couple of months from all my hens. We'll see. And I've got some friends that want some birds. And then so I might thin the flock a little bit, but then I've got 3 hens that are broody and they're hatching eggs. So then we'll see how many survive. Yeah, work in progress.
That's cool.
Good. Yeah, yeah, I like it. Yo, so when you're doing clones in a rooter, and how many days does it usually take for you to get like an inch long root for you to? Because it's been so long since I've done clones.
Maybe 2 weeks.
I would say 10
And
to
then
14 days depends. So like certain strains will clone faster too. Like every pheno will have like a slight different amount of baseline. Like certain ones, like I've had ones that like literally just wouldn't root faster than 16 days. There was nothing wrong with the plants. Like they flowered fine, the growth rate was great. They're just the rooting time on that plant, whatever reason was slower. So and I feel like people don't talk about that very much, but there is like a phenotypic, the same way that you have like different flowering times. It's the same thing with roots. Like you're gonna have a small variation that's just strictly dependent on the pheno. Within
yeah,
reason, obviously, but
yeah, because I'm just, and then like I kind of just went willy nilly and fucking, I didn't like pH the water, and I put some nutrients in it, and I used cloning gel. But my cloning gel is like older. It's like a year older. It's that
A
food.
year old is not too old. It should work.
All right. Yeah, I hope so. I changed it out after the third day, I guess, just so it wasn't like old. Do you have any suggestions on how long you should let your water go before you change it out?
But you let your clone in the water?
Well, like the clone water, I changed it out. Like it's filtered. I have a couple of filters on my sink. So it's filtered water, but and then I put some of that, like, I don't remember the name of the cloning gel that's really popular.
Clonex.
Clonex. Yeah, Clonex. Fucking the nutrients. I put a couple capfuls in my fucking cloner. I didn't get too precise about the pH either.
pH should not matter when the root before they get root.
Well, I mean that's not true. You want to keep it like 6.2 to 6.8.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, we'll see. I used to be pretty good about measuring and pHing and all that shit. Now I'm just kind of like, not so much.
I lose my shit when people are like, "You don't need to worry about pH," and it's like, okay, well, you should just shut the fuck up because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Shit drives
Well,
me nuts.
no, not to fucking, because like plants absorb certain nutrition at certain values. So like if you're out of the
Yeah,
range, then they're gonna be locked out, and you're
yeah,
not gonna be able to like take up things that are essential. But when
yeah.
they're building roots, I mean, aren't so I guess what you say, 6.3 to 6.8?
6.2 to 6.8 is kind of the range you want.
Okay.
You can go a little lower than that, but that's generally the range. They'll root a little faster at a slightly higher pH than a slightly lower.
No doubt. For sure. Yeah. And then I got a bunch of fucking land race shit I want to fucking pop. I really do want to fucking. I know it's a little late in the game, but I would probably like pop it outside and then bring it in because I had like a really badass Doi Chang male last year. But or maybe that was 2 years ago. But I just liked it. The thin leaf structure. It was tall, wispy. It was pretty cool. I saved
Did
the
it
pollen.
produce seeds outdoor?
Um, I'm sure I'm sure it spread its love on a bunch of shit. I just haven't been able to see a lot of those phenos because I was late in planting seeds and my chickens fucking ate all the seedlings. They love those seedlings. So like mostly my garden, like the one behind me here, that was all just like natural growth. And then my chickens, anything that popped out of the ground, they fucking had a field day. So I have a few plants here and there that they didn't get to this year, but for the most part, they eviscerated everything.
So that's a good way to clean your place after planting seeds. You let your chicken go and they clean out the seedling. All the volunteer get gone.
Yeah, man. Like if you're renting a place and you ever want to make sure to get rid of all that shit, just fucking let chickens loose. Maybe, maybe that's my thing. There's people that rent goats. I can just rent my chickens out and help people in the mid season get rid of all their insects.
Ducks are great for that. Ducks are badass for running through the grow because the ducks don't fuck with the plants so much.
Right? Yeah, they're good for like snails and slugs.
Grasshoppers, anything that's gonna come crawling in.
Yeah, I saw, I saw like one grasshopper for the first time the whole summer. And I looked directly at it. I was like, you're fucked. Like, you probably shouldn't be here, bro.
Your days are numbered, you little bastard.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there's a number.
Last year, I didn't have so many chickens, so there was hundreds upon hundreds of grasshoppers everywhere. This year, not so much.
Hmm.
So,
I had a good time last Saturday. So I own like most of the entire decks of Cards Against Humanity. I had a bunch of friends over on Saturday and we played till like 5 in the morning. It was so good. But at one point I ended up I just thought of this because you said something that was very similar. There's a movie, a trauma film, which is like these old, funny, goofy, they're like intentional parodies. They're like really funny. Anyways, one of them is called Surf Nazis Must Die, and it's like about like this fat black woman that like hunts down Nazis and shoots them in the face and stuff, and like really comedic, like comic book kind of ways. Anyways, I quoted it the other night. I forget where I was going with this. It was relevant to what we were just talking about, but um, it was just funny. I don't know. I forget.
Cards
There was a
Against
point
Humanity
to that.
about the
Cards Against Humanity.
chickens eating the
Oh,
insect seeing.
have you
Cards Against
never
Humanity.
have you never played Cards Against Humanity?
I think so. I've seen a few rounds of
I
it here.
have. I have.
Okay, I was just gonna say if somebody who doesn't know what it is, like it is the best game ever for playing with friends and shit.
Are you gonna breed that Chernobyl, bro?
Yeah, I am.
Wes?
Yeah, I am.
You got
Totally am.
you reverse
I
pollened it or
probably.
what?
I haven't reversed any of it yet. No, I got to look at it first. That'll be down the road. I think. I don't know. I have a Jack the Ripper male that looks like I got a bunch of Chernobyl. I got a bunch of Chernobyl males. So I don't know. I got to pick something. What I'm gonna do with it, I'm not sure at this point. No direction yet.
You got any Big Sur growing?
Not right now. Not right now. No, no Big Sur right now.
Are you
No Big
gonna
Sur. Although I should propagate some more Big Sur. The Big Sur was really good.
I was just thinking Chernobyl, Big Sur. Big Chernobyl.
Big
Our
Chernobyl. That's not too bad.
holy apocalypse. You fucking
I like it. I like it.
go for it, man. You get them seeds in the soil yet, Steve? Or are you still working?
No, we were just finishing up with that. We had some business opportunities kind of fall in our lap that I kind of needed to take care of beforehand that were positive thing. There's a partnership with this company that's interested in having us manufacture a bunch of shit for them and stuff because they like our products. So I just spent a little bit of time working on that before I could switch gears to what I wanted to, but it'll work out.
Fuck yeah. Sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
We're just
man.
trying to like finalize our budget so we can get all of our money for the year from our investors and stuff like that. So it's just been a lot of like doing that kind of shit temporarily instead of working on the construction. But we're trying to get plants in. We were trying to get them in before the first of the month, but I think we're gonna probably end up it's probably gonna be next week before we get there, but it'll happen. It's just yeah, just needs a little bit of time to happen.
Oh yeah, man. Shit comes up. Just gotta fucking take care of it. I just gotta fucking stay motivated. Realize there's plenty of months left to grow shit. So fucking try to put some stuff in the soil. Try to have like some semblance of a garden. Last year I had some corn, some squash, and some cantaloupe and all that shit. This year I just don't fucking have jack shit except for canna. We'll see.
I was looking at a
But
place
you,
today. We're gonna be moving here before too long, and I found a place today that has like a whole greenhouse porch, and I was like, "Oh shit, this
Oh
might have to
wow.
be the one." Yeah, the whole, but like they didn't even advertise it. It was just like I got there, and they're like, "Yeah, by the way, the whole like patio is this nice like corrugated fucking greenhouse." I was like, "Oh shit,
Fuck yeah, dude.
that'll be cool."
Nice. In
But I don't know. We'll
in
see if
what state?
California.
Oh, right on.
It's like high
Yeah.
enough to be above the marine layer, so you can actually like grow shit in the winter there. So
Yeah, man. It's a long grow season, huh?
yeah, but eventually I'm gonna be moving down south. I just until we get the greenhouses up and running, which is we're still a ways off from. I'd rather live in civilization.
Yeah, there's something to be said about civilization with a wife and kid or a kid, a kid and a lady.
Well, just
However,
like you work during the day, but when you're not working, like, are you stuck in the middle of nowhere, or do you actually like able to go do shit? So plus, like, I'm making way more business connections being up here than I would be if I was down where the farm is right now. So like, I can go, network and you know make shit happen in ways that I wouldn't be able to if I was in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, you're a shaker and a mover and you like people and that's good to be aware of your surroundings and be close enough to things. Like I'm close enough. I'm like 25 minutes away from Build a Soil and like 10 minutes out of town and like it's nice to be away from things. But yeah, like shopping and fucking, if you're really far away and you're not producing your own fucking food, that shit gets old real quick.
Yeah,
Fucking buying, especially with groceries being as expensive as they are now, dude. Like, can you imagine how, like, if you were like an hour out of town, you'd be like, well, groceries were 4 grand again, like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
fuck
It's
that.
fucked.
Got to get on the hustle. So yeah, I mean, fuck for me, a grocery trip is like $200 for a box.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my bill down, but yeah, most of the time I'm around 200 for the week.
Yeah,
Those sometimes I'll get some bougie shit, but now that we have like a weekend farmers market at the one in Arcata, but in Eureka they just started a seafood farmers market. So it's like just the boats that like pull into the harbor there. So you can buy directly from the fishermen. So you can get like oysters and crab and fish like without any middleman. So it's like actually affordable to get that shit. You know what I mean? So I've been shopping there too lately, just
dude, that
because it's
sounds
nice.
dope. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. I'll totally be
Nice to
down.
have options, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Shit, dude. Well, shit, man. I'm gonna fucking run around the store. I got the district manager coming tomorrow. I'm gonna fucking get home. My dog's eating 2 fucking doors, man.
You have just one dog or two?
My dog is fucking border collie, lab, and German Shepherd husky. And I think it's the husky part of her that just likes to chew on everything.
Well, no, that's separation anxiety. So like if you just give that dog a friend, it'll not it won't do that behavior anymore. Like I had the same problem. My male used to get into the trash. She would eat all my exes like the crotches out of her pants and eat all of her panties and shit. And as soon as I got a second dog, that like stopped immediately, like that day. And hasn't like he'll get into the trash if I leave the trash out. Like if I don't take the trash out before he goes or it's not in the cabinet. But otherwise, like they're very well behaved now.
Yeah, I gotta find a fucking the right move on that too, because it's like getting a puppy and leaving it alone with a dog that's 9 months old. I don't know how that would work.
Oh, they're both puppies. I mean, you'll be fine. That's easy. Or just don't get a puppy. Get, find a dog that you can adopt that's, already got some training so that it saves you from having to train the other dog quite so much because they'll teach each other.
Maybe like a year old or 2 year old dog.
Yeah, exactly. Find one that's like a little bit chill, already kind of partially trained. That's going to be the
Yeah,
better
one
go
of
of it.
those beautiful moments where it just falls into my lap, a dog that I've wanted to get 2 dogs just so they can have somebody to hang out with.
Find your local rescue page or your local That's how I got my female. It was just I went on a wolf dog rescue group and waited until found a dog that was like around his size of my male, and that was that.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea someday soon. Yeah, the separation anxiety is real. That's why I also said, yeah, I probably should go because it's like she's at home alone for a long time. I'm at work for like 10 hours and then I fucking, yeah, she's alone for a while. So it wasn't
That's
the
probably
most
what it is.
ideal. I was gonna wait, and one of the checkers here had a dog, and I was just like, nah, I'm after all this separation shit, and it's only me. I don't know if it's gonna work. And then because I said I don't know if it's gonna work, like one day he drove down to my town, and he's like, "Hey, I got your puppy for you," and I'm like, "Bro, but oh, fuck." So kind of worked out that way. But her being alone all that time isn't the best.
Yeah, but that's the reason for the behavior. As soon as she has some kind of companion, I think that behavior would go away pretty quickly. At least in my experience. It's not 100% of the time, but like 90% of the time that solves that.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna bust out, man. Fucking thanks, everybody. Thanks, Wes.
Good seeing you. It's good seeing you,
Yeah,
man.
we'll let Wes go to sleep.
Yeah, bro. I'm tired. I'm sorry, fellas.
You're fine.
Always am. What's
Well,
that?
you guys have a great night.
Yeah, you take it easy, man.
Yeah, have a
Peace.
good night.
Laters.
Cheers.
All right. So we're killing the feed then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank